Let me break it down for you, Mark.
This. Pretty girls walk like this.
What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, today is December 1st, 2023. You made it to the last month of the year. That's right, okay? It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. But you know who didn't make it to the first of the month? I'm sorry. This guy, Henry Kissinger, passing away is a big one. A lot of you guys asked me to talk about this guy who's passing away. Apparently he was 100 years old, okay? But everyone was like, so long, Bozo? Rest in peace, Bozo? Who is this guy? Whoa, okay, this guy must have been really hated. He has his own Twitter page titled, "Is Henry Kissinger Dead Yet?" And when he died, November 29th, there was 446,000 people who liked that tweet. Oh my, no, y'all, if I die, please don't do this to me. Please don't make that. Oh my God. All right, guys, I think I might have found it, okay? I found a Reddit article with over 5,000 upvotes saying what's going on with people celebrating Henry Kissinger's death. He was the Secretary of State for President Nixon. Okay, what made him such a bad person? That's me. I'm kind of out of the loop. Who the hell is this guy? Why does everybody hate him? Guys, before we get further into today's topics, I'm happy to announce that today's video is sponsored by Cloaked. Cloaked is a security app that protects your privacy from the risk of cyber threats that want to steal your identity. There are people out there who are trying to be you and then use that information to basically ruin your life. I've said this to you before, but yes, I've seen it happen. Cloaked offers other unique features like password managers protected by two-factor authorization. There's ease of access whether you look at it from your desktop or your phone. You can generate an instant online alias with its own phone number and email, allowing you to exist on the internet without having to offer your real personal detail. In fact, I've created one of my own. Here's my Cloaked phone number right here on the screen. Go ahead, okay? Send me a text, send me a message, say hi, say hello, slide into my DMs. I don't care, say whatever you want. At the end of next month, I'll be showcasing some of my favorite messages while also showing you guys just how powerful Cloaked can be. So yeah, what are you guys waiting for? You guys can start protecting your identity today by going to cloaked.app/Omni and using code OMNI to save 20% off your first 3 months. And again, special thanks to Cloaked for sponsoring today's video. The top comment here says, answer, I bet you can't guess what is the most heavily bombed country in history. It's Laos. Is it Laos or Laos? More munitions were dropped on Laos by American forces in from the mid-60s to early 70s than were detonated during the entirety of World War II. Oh my God. Most were cluster bombs dropped indiscriminately on civilian populations in secret, facilitated by the CIA. When America was not at war with Laos, Kissinger ordered that. He did heaps of other heinous stuff too. That's just one example. What? This man was bombing Southeast Asia just for fun? And America was okay with it? What? Here's the other top answer, okay? Kissinger had outsized influence on shaping U.S. foreign policy beyond any other U.S. Secretary of State. He ordered, orchestrated, and facilitated war crimes or coups in Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Chile, Bangladesh, East Pakistan at the time, East Timor, Angola, Argentina, and many more that I can't recall at the moment. Behind the Bashers podcast had a very enlightening 6-part series on him. Greg Grandin, who wrote a biography called Kissinger's Shadow, estimated that Kissinger could be responsible for the deaths of more than 3 million people worldwide. Oh my God. As far as I'm concerned, he was a horrible criminal who never faced justice in life. So unfortunately, the only justice he may face is the joy his death brings people who consider him an abhorrent monster. Okay, all right, I get it. I get it now. I get the rest in peace, Bozo, pack him ups, all right? God damn. You know what's not dead? Grand Theft Auto 6. We finally got the announcement as of this morning. They made a post that has 345,000 likes already, probably more, saying that the trailer 1 for Grand Theft Auto 6 will be played December 5th, Tuesday, 9 a.m. Eastern. You know I will be there, okay? I don't care what's happening around the world. You and I will be watching this somewhere, somehow, probably on Twitch. It's on a Tuesday. Yeah, that's happening. I'm ready. I am so excited for this game. I think this is like the #1 game that everybody wants to play. I am hoping that it's going to be 3 women protagonists, right? And you can be like, you know, one woman who's maybe a stripper and another one who's like a single mom who's trying to work. And then there's like another mommy, but she's like a business mommy, and you have all 3 of them together. Oh man, I want to be a bad bitch so badly I want to play this game. Also, another quick announcement, okay? Andre said the Shadow teaser for Sonic Movie 3 that came out, but my man with the hand with the Arthur hand, dog. Shadow is here, okay, off and running. Sonic Movie 3, only in theaters December 20th, 2024. So we have a full year before it comes out, okay? Got a nice old teaser beforehand. I'm curious, though, like, who's going to be playing the voice of Shadow? Is it going to sound good? It probably will sound good. They do really good when it comes to the voice actors. We had Idris Elba as Knuckles, so I'm probably going to get somebody iconic for the voice of Shadow. But I'm ready for him to be, like, skating down and be like, yeah, you faker, you know, and just come out here with the low-tier Godwall. I'm ready for some more Sonic, man. It's going to be absolute peak. All right, one more topic before we get into today's main story, okay? Wamu had said the most insane graduation post for real, okay? I'm very curious to read this. A lot of you guys told me that the notice regarding for termination of Reroron was absolutely wild, okay? This is the whole VTuber stuff. We haven't talked about VTubers in a while. I don't even know where my VTuber outfit is, my person, okay? I don't even know I can bring my life to talk about it, okay? But apparently graduation is when somebody gets retired and or fired or whatever, right? So let me just read this really fast. It says, important notice regarding the termination of idol talent Reroron. We would like to inform you that as of November 28th, we have terminated our contract. Regarding the actions of Reroron that led to this termination has been discovered through an internal investigation that Reroron has violated her contract and engaged in activities both dangerous and harmful to both her and her own well-being as well as to the company. Oh, all right. She's been a bad girl. Okay, what did she do? Through our investigation, we were able to confirm that Reroron violated her contract in the following ways. Dang, it's wild to get fired, right? It's another thing to get fired and then for somebody to just snitch on you, right? And be like, this is why they're getting fired. Number one, misuse of controlled substances during live stream performances. Okay, you know, all right. Performers usually using substances during live streams and performances, but okay, that's one thing. Number two, soliciting fans during live stream members' contents for private offline meetings. Huh? What? Wait, is this just like, what do you mean soliciting fans? And is this just kind of like, again, I mean, if I'm thinking about this, right, is this like having like the back room where you're a celebrity, but people can come to your back room, but some weird stuff happening? Meeting with a fan in person and accepting gifts from said fan and the total value of thousands of dollars. What? Somebody came to meet up with this person to give them thousands of dollars? Hello? Hello? Do I have any fans, guys, at home right now? Do I have any fans who want to come up and meet with me to give me thousands of dollars? What? This is wild. How do you do that? What do I need? I mean, I don't even think she did anything wrong. She was just collecting the bag, okay? She was just accepting a check just in person. Like, I need to know. I need to know. At number four, conducting a secretive relationship with a member of the idol management team who has also been terminated upon confirmation of these details. What? What? She was sleeping with the management team? No. She had a relationship? I don't even know the details of it. When it comes to the VTuber stuff, like, I don't know what's real and what's not real, what they mean by relationship and not relationship, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, they're getting shut down. They're saying sorry for the disappointment. Apparently this is her. Rero of Idol Corp, did you beat the allegations? Nah, I win. Oh my god. Substances? Was she shoot up heroin on a stream or something? She did everything that everyone thinks VTubers do in this company. I don't know, dog. I feel like she was living her best life, okay? As long as she ain't do nothing like illegal, like me, we gonna talk about drugs, man. I ain't gonna knock nobody unless, you know, but as she ain't do nothing like illegal, look like she was just collecting that bag and living her best life and having fun. So oh man, another one bites the dust. Speaking of another one bites the dust, oh my god, we have an update when it comes to the whole completionist story, guys, and it got worse. Okay, it got so much worse. I thought this guy was already in trouble, but now it looks like it's one of those things where I'm like, dang, this can't get any worse, and then it does. And then you think it doesn't get any worse, and then it just does, okay? If you guys don't know who Gerard is, the completionist, this is him, okay? He's an OG YouTuber. A lot of people really liked him, seemed like a really nice guy. You know, I don't know his character or anything like that, but a lot of people spoke of his character being pretty well made, and yeah. Carl Jobs and Mudahar made dual videos talking about how the completionist was basically under fire for what looks like to be charity fraud, okay? He had this charity called Indieland, and in this he was basically racking up all this money ever since 2014, all right, collecting checks from people for a charity that was created in honor of his mother, and the money stayed in the account. All of the money that he had been collecting for an entire decade never went to a single research institute for any charity whatsoever at all. These two got wind of it, got a tip of it. They made videos talking about it and saying, look, I think the IRS needs to get involved. They talked to Gerard as well. And yeah, that was the last update, but the new one makes this situation look worse. For those of you who've been like kind of sitting on the fence or waiting for Gerard to speak, aka like me, I'm just waiting to see what this man has to say, to see if he puts his foot in his mouth, because that's what I do. I like to wait for people to talk and then let them put their foot in their mouths and be like, oh, and they get debunked. That's what I like to do. But this man has went into complete silence ever since. He has said nothing. He has done nothing, probably in the instruction of a lawyer. And yeah. Anyway, if you come to Carl Jobs' channel, okay, he made another YouTube video titled "The Open Hand Charity Scam is So Much Worse." Number 16 on trending for gaming. And in this 13-minute video, which I have already watched, but I'll show you a few clips that you probably need to know. Carl explains how there is another charity group that also gives to the open hand research, which was in the form of a golfing tournament in which his family, I believe, or something, were out here raising money from big sponsors like Coca-Cola and Monster, grabbing all this money for charity and then giving it also to the open hand table research. The same bucket, the same place where all Indieland, all this money is just basically coming together and going to this place where it's just not being spent on any kind of charity whatsoever.
The Indieland Charity Marathon, hosted by The Completionist, began in 2018, but since 2003, the Khalil family has been hosting a yearly golf tournament called the PBD West Convenience Cup Challenge. PBD West is a business founded by Gerard's father, Charles Khalil, in 1992. Now, despite the Open Hand Foundation website saying it has been fundraising since 2003, there is no record of the Open Hand Foundation existing before 2014, when it was registered as a non-profit. If you look at photos from the golf tournament before this time, there is no mention of Open Hand. In contrast to 2015 onwards, where signage clearly states it's benefiting the Open Hand Foundation, earlier years simply showed that it was benefiting frontotemporal dementia.
Essentially, it sounds like that Gerard's family was already doing something similar to Indieland, where they were raising money for charity, but the proceeds, people are kind of confused on what was actually going on with the money and how transparent it was. They've been saying that they've been giving and helping the open hand research since 2003, but in terms of track records and the creation of open hand itself, it didn't start until 2013. So what happened between that year mark, between 2003 and 2013? Where is all of this money going? Okay, there's money that's sitting in an account somewhere, according to the tax records, a huge amount of cash on hand just chilling, about, I want to say, almost $1 million worth. But because of this, there appears to be so much more money that is not accounted for. And also, Carl believes that a lot of the money that is actually accounted for is basically rounded down. Okay, so everything that they're reporting, they're saying that there's some charity fraud, there's some tax fraud, that all of this looks fraudulent, and it looks like it goes into the blood of their family and their DNA of their parents who started it. Okay,
no one can possibly know where that money went from these golf tournaments before 2014, so at this time there is no point in speculating.
Right.
But from 2015, we know the money was supposed to be going to the Open Hand Foundation, and we have their tax filings, so from here on out we can begin to draw some solid conclusions.
Right.
The main way the PBD West Convenience Cup Challenge appears to raise money is via sponsorships. Brands will pay the Open Hand Foundation to appear on banners and signs throughout the golf course,
right,
along with having the opportunity to set up tents and stands and have their employees play in the tournament. It seems to be mainly used as a networking or social event. On its website, the PBD West Cup even tells us what these sponsorships cost.
Okay, I want to kind of read this just really fast. Okay, the top one, where you can give $10,000, a featuring partnership. Okay, the company name is featured throughout the golf tournament, 8 players, player gift, and meals and beverages. The corporate logo prominently displayed on course signage, entrance banner, sponsored golf course, tournament app, event website, and thank you photo gallery postcard. Company recognized at the lunch and dinner reception and reserved table at a reception. That's what you get when you pay $10,000 for the legacy recognition package. Now look, if this shady stuff is actually happening, I'm gonna just keep saying allegedly, okay? Because I don't know, right? I'm not the person making any claims. If lawyers want to come, everything I'm saying, I'm reporting the news allegedly, okay? But allegedly, if this is true, is painting the picture that this entire family has been scamming people for quite some time through the usages of charity, raising money for research and foundations to take care of Alzheimer's and then just not. Where is the money? Where is the paper trail?
Before 2018, this Golf Cup was the only event raising money for the Open Hand Foundation, so the tax filings should give us a pretty good idea about how much money it brings in. From 2014 to 2017, filings showed the Open Hand Foundation received between $30,000 to $60,000 per event. This is likely underreported, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's just assume this is accurate. From these years, we can get a pretty good approximation of what this cup normally raises. In 2018, Indieland began, and for its first...
Pause, I'm actually kind of curious if that was revenue or net revenue. Is that Jamie Lee Curtis? Wait, I didn't even notice that the first time around when I was watching this video. Is that Jamie Lee Curtis? I know she has some type of charity thing going on, but like there's no way they scammed Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, no.
First year, it raised $55,000, at least according to Gerard. This money was also supposed to go to the Open Hand Foundation, so naturally we should see an increase in yearly revenue, which we do. In 2018, Open Hand had a yearly revenue of $113,000. If we assume that $55,000 came from Indieland, that leaves $58,000 from the PBD West Cup, which is in line with previous years. However, something strange happens in 2019. In 2019, Indieland raised $109,000, double the previous year. In theory, this should cause a drastic rise in the yearly revenue for the Open Hand Foundation, but mysteriously, revenue hardly raises at all. In the 2019 filing, Open Hand only raised $123,000.
So, as you guys can see, and I'll go to the end of the video too as well so you can see some of the conclusion, but you guys should definitely come to Carl's video to see the full details of it, okay? The TLDR is that there is just so much money that is missing, right? We have past money that's missing that's coming from the golf tournaments, which seems to be the original Indieland. And then now we have Indieland. It's like I've got to think, like something in my brain. I'm thinking about this from an accounting standpoint, okay? I know a lot of you guys are using your hearts and all that stuff, but I'm thinking logically, right? If anybody was smart enough in here, right? You can't get away with this. This is, who was their accountant? Actually, I know who their accountant was. I did some research. It was some small accounting family that paid them like $5 to do their accounting, which was kind of sketchy in itself, okay? When I was talking to Mudahar about it, I was like, wait a minute. We found out that, and I was like, there's no way that someone's charging someone $5 to do the accounting. Every time you kind of look into this and you go down this rabbit hole, it gets more and more weird. Now, me looking as an accountant, I think some of these discrepancies can probably be explained logically, okay? I don't think that every single thing that both Gerard and this family has done was all evil, right? Because they wouldn't have been able to get away from it this long. It doesn't make any sense from a business standpoint to raise charity money, right? And then just to pocket it all. It doesn't make sense. You will get caught. Like, you just will. So something had to have happened somewhere that we don't have any information yet. That's what my idea is, because there's no way that you raise over $1 million in charity and literally you pocket it all. I refuse to believe that people actually attempted to do something like this. I refuse. Not the fact that somebody would want the money, but it's so reckless. It's so dangerous that something does not make sense quite yet.
I've heard many people say this could just be negligence or ignorance or laziness, but I can assure you this is not the case. This fraudulent activity has been going on for at least 10 years, and it's not just Indieland. Both events were lying and saying they were contributing funds when they weren't. The Golf Cup was taking in donations without contributing any of the money it raised long before Indieland even started, and when Indieland came along, it did the exact same thing. This doesn't happen accidentally. This absolutely needs to be investigated by the authorities. And the only way that happens is if the Open Hand Foundation is reported. I'm going to put a link to where you can raise a complaint in the description.
So yeah, this is where you can complain and you can snitch to the IRS. Wow. Guys, like I said, extremely bad. One of the worst parts about this story is that it's happening to someone like Gerard, okay, who people felt like was one of the nicest people on the planet. Now there are testimonies where some people are like, oh, I met Gerard and he was an asshole, so this kind of makes sense. That'll happen whenever it happens, you know, kind of thing, when someone gets canceled or whatever. But yeah, bro, it's like you're taking somebody who, it's like if Markiplier got caught for doing like heinous things for years and years, and you're like, no, why? No, I can't lose Markiplier, guys. I can't lose Markiplier. If I lose him, that's it. My little faith in humanity that I do have remaining will just go away. Okay, Markiplier, if you're watching this, baby, please, okay, never, ever go to the light of evil, okay? Stay with us. And it gets worse because, like I said earlier in the video, Mutahar and Carl Jobs still working on this, investigating. He's making a second part as well to Carl Jobs' video, talking about some of the other ramifications. Now, the difference between Mutahar and Carl Jobs, if you watch both of their prior videos, is that Mutahar likes to go into a lot more thicker of the weeds, okay? A lot less like editing and telling you what the story is, overview, and like, hey guys, let's look at this. Let me show you what these numbers are. Let me scroll down. Much more thorough in terms of it, I would like to say. They both have different styles, but he said tomorrow I'll be posting what I believe is my final update on OpenHand for now, okay? Which means it ain't final because we still need to wait to hear from Gerard the Completionist. There's no way that he stays silent forever, okay? A video that shows, according to more uncovered filings, that a lot of money never made it to the charity to begin with. Today, Carl's releasing a video on the subject, and I'm following up tomorrow, which is going to make more information. If he tells me anything new, I will be watching with grave interest as an accountant, because this is kind of my thing, all right? Auditing and financial accounting corporations. I never really worked a lot with charity, okay? But when it comes to accounting and reporting, when I saw those line items, I was like, oh, no, honey, baby, okay? Either A, someone is lazy, or B, someone does not want you to know where this money is going, okay? There's no way in hell that you have an expense item titled expense and then there's a big chunk of money. You don't do that. That's an absolute no-no, okay? You're hiding something. And to think that this has been going on prior to Indieland with the same family as well, brother in Christ, I will let you guys know, okay, probably on Monday when we follow up on this whole situation. And if Gerard ever responds, and you guys know, frame one, I will be there to let you guys know what's happening here, right? This is one of the biggest stories of 2023, I feel like. To see somebody so nice, right, and so loved and beloved to be put into this kind of spotlight is just, it's tragic. And that's why I'm not nice, okay? That's why I'm racist. That's why I'm evil, okay? You don't have to worry about that, all right? I'm a bad guy. I'm saying it right now, all right? If somebody came over and gave me some money, I'm taking it. I'm raising a charity called the OmniHand Foundation, all right? Where all the money and proceeds go to me, which I will spend on rent, Chipotle, and like the occasional like video games and other like nonsense that I probably don't need. All right, you can donate directly to me, and I'll definitely keep that cash on hand. Let me answer this quick question from Crescent. Said, how did it feel to do a late Omni again after so long? For those of you guys who don't know, you probably don't know because YouTube is garbage doo-doo butter. But I made a late Omni, one of the first ones in a very long time, calling it season 2. New intro. It was on the whole Squid Game challenge game. Okay, really fun. I had an enjoyable time going in and editing and going back to the whole style, bringing the old music. This was something that I was doing a long time ago, and I was uploading almost every single day, and then I got burnt out and I couldn't do it again. But I brought it back because I missed it, and you know, wanted to introduce something new, and I'm thinking about bringing it in every single time I want to talk about something of interest, whether it's something recent or not old or whatever I want to talk about, and probably bring it in like once a week. But I enjoyed it, had a lot of fun, except if you are a YouTuber, okay? Never use the premiere function, okay? Oh my God. This video performed so terribly and did not get pushed out to like literally any of my audiences, like barely. I posted this on November 29th, never using the YouTube premiere option ever again, and what the hell? And if you look at this video, right, it's got 99 views, almost 100 by the way, and 15 minutes, right? There's 401 likes. But it was not, it's like none of the numbers made any sense. A lot of people told me that the video never reached their dashboard, right? And then even in the comments, the click was like, tried it twice. First time I had like 7K live viewers and did amazing. The second time it absolutely bomb. Didn't try it ever since, okay? Josh Boblack saying I like the idea, it premieres, but every time I use it, YouTube F's me. And even Anime Roar saying I had a similar experience, never doing it again, okay? It seems like it's either a super huge hit or a super huge miss. I will never touch that YouTube premiere button ever again, okay? That's the first time I used it, and it made one of the worst performing videos I have ever made, just because I'm sure it did something with notifications and not being pushed out. But if you guys didn't watch the video, if you guys want to check out the season 2 anime, it's a good video, okay? It's pretty good. Whether you watch Squid Game or not, I think you guys will absolutely like it. Speaking of Squid Game, okay? If you haven't watched the Squid Game, the challenge on Netflix, okay, don't worry about it, but there's an update that you probably don't want to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Discussing Films said players for the Squid Game needed chapstick in the dorm so badly that they ended up using lubricated condoms on their lips during filming. Producers eventually gave them real lip balm Tims. I call cap. I call cap. There's no way that they were out here taking out. Where did they get the condoms? Was it theirs or was it offered to them? Were contestants out here shaboinging each other? Was that something that was encouraged and allowed? I don't believe this is a case, okay? Did everybody have condoms? Was this secretly a massive orgy in the background and we didn't even know what was going on? And even then, your lips are so chapped. Hey guys, we need chapstick. Lips are chapped. Someone's like, all right, I'm about to take this condom. Disgusting. Y'all wrong for this, by the way. Somebody said, no wonder this man's lips was oily at some point. Freaking TJ, man. This is the dude. Humility and gratitude. He's the guy who was the ex-basketball player. By the way, I've been watching the show, okay, and I made the video talking about how garbage it was, and I can't stop watching. And now I'm watching the second half. I learned that one in the top 3 is somebody from Fairfax, Virginia, right around the corner, okay? This short little Asian lady who's out here just knocking people out, and I'm like, all right, I gotta watch it for her, bro. It's wild. I might make a part 2 to the season once they finish it, because my initial thoughts of it being garbage I still are true, but as I continue to watch it, it's just becoming my garbage now. I think I kind of like it. It's starting not to be as bad as it felt like it was in the original. I think because I started falling in love with the trash and the people as well. It just became a thing that I just couldn't look away from. So Akaibi Yumi said the famous TikTok, Noah Glenn Carter's childhood house burned down. His family is safe though. Oh my, did this man make a video as his house was burning? This is not real. This has got to be a picture. This is not real. I'm just thinking, like, TikTok people are so wild at this point where I feel like that if their house was burning, they would grab their equipment, run out, live stream it, right? Guys, my house is burning down. Let's go inside. Let me show you. You know, like, I feel like the age of the internet has gotten so bad that when these events happen, right, we subtly create an audience, a perform. We say, look, the entire world, you all need to see this wild thing that's happening. And I kind of understand it, right? Like, I would want to record it just so that I can have history of it. You know, so if you see something crazy happening, you want to be able to capture it forever and ever. But to have your own house burned down, that's absolutely sad. That's possessions, that's memories, that's money. What I want to hear what this guy has to say.
I just lost everything in a house fire today. So yesterday my house looked like this, and here's a picture of the same exact room today. I grew up in this house, I was homeschooled, I did school in this house, and now it's just completely gone. As you can see, this room was beautiful. It was fully decorated for Christmas. Now we're not ever going to be able to have Christmas in this house ever again.
Dang, that's rough. Was this like a Christmas fire? Was there like a whole bunch of lights and the electricity? I mean, I know the tree probably added to the fire in some kind of way, but I'm curious how that all went down. But regardless of how, dog, man, that's really sad. That really sucks. I hope in some way that they can rebuild the house, maybe even on the same plot of land, because I know buying a house is absolutely wild right now. I don't live in a house, but I remember living in a house. And the memories that go along with it, I know it's just a object, right? It's just wood and planks. But when you grow up long enough, you become attached to it in a way where it's like, yeah, this is my home. And that attachment being destroyed by nature, that's just terrible.
Everything in my room is completely lost. I had just gotten a PC back in July. I had my Switch in there. I had all of my filming equipment in there.
Dang.
And now this is what is left of my room. The window that I had to climb out of to get out of my room was right there. That is the AC unit I had to climb over to get out that window. Luckily though, we were able to save a lot of things like family photos. We did end up losing a lot of family memories in this fire, but there's still a lot that we were able to salvage that luckily did not get burned.
See, now I have some family photos and stuff like in my closet over here. Right now, I've been thinking about getting a storage unit to just put things away, right? So that they can be immortalized forever. Not just on the internet, but just like tangible items and stuff. Man, I feel like it costs a lot of money to like rent like small areas now, whether it's like those U-Haul places or you can get like sheds or whatever. But like you always think about the idea of like doing things like this, but you never do until something bad does happen, which is, you know, it's kind of sad. But yeah, dang, man, this is rough. I feel for him, bro. Losing the memories that you can't replace and objects and items in history is not something I would wish on anybody.
Know that you may have everything right now. You could have every possession in the entire world, but in just a single day, every single thing that you have ever owned can be taken away from you. So please don't take things for granted. Yesterday I had everything and today I have nothing. And I don't know how to go forward because this has never happened before. Not to me at least. So please cherish everything that you have because you don't know how long it'll be yours.
So I'm gonna evil me, right? Would okay, here we go. Evil me would be like, you have your family and your life. You guys escaped. There's a lot of forest fires out there that take away people's lives, and you have you and your family. Nobody died. That is absolutely immaculate kind of thing, and that's where my brain goes to. But my evil brain, but I've been trying to be a bit more empathetic. And this one is easily I can be empathetic because the loss of tangible items, people like, don't worry about tangible, don't worry about possessions, but you have to, okay? You need things to live. You collect things. As much as people are like, this is not a material world and you don't need all these things, you do. You need materials and you do get attached to it. It's your stuff, right? Getting burned down. And I empathize, especially since I have never been put into a situation where I've lost everything like this. So I have no idea what's going through his brain and his mind. I know some people were thinking it. I know some of you at home were thinking it too, okay? Being a little evil, being like, hey, you got your life, bro. Don't do that. All right, let's empathize for this man who just got his entire house burned, okay? I think we can do that. Psych. We can't. Apparently, he was getting backlash for it. Apparently, it was terrible comments. People were like, yo, man, hey guys, I'm reporting I'm crime. My house got burnt down. And people were like, this is your fault. What is the backlash? How do you have to make a response video to backlash after your entire house gets burned down, your family home? What could the internet possibly say about you that would be so terrible that you have to respond to backlash in this situation? It's not like this man came out and did something heinous to other people. What happened?
Keep seeing some pretty terrible comments about people either joking about the fire or saying it's fake or whatever like that. I don't think you guys actually realize that I lost everything yesterday. I lost my car keys in the fires, so I have a car but I can't even drive it. But even if I wanted to drive it, I couldn't because I lost my driver's license in the fire. I lost my social security card.
Those are all replaceable, okay? Keys to your car, you can get that replaced, okay? Social security, licenses, you will be able to drive. You didn't lose your car. You can drive all the things. You're good so far, brother. Okay, he might be too young to understand that, you know, like the tangible items that he's referring to right now, like you don't lose your car just because you lose the keys, right? You just get another key. That you can make that work, or you can get a key made.
I may have also lost my birth certificate. We don't know for sure yet. We're gonna check the one safe.
I don't
that
know
we
if
had
that can be
see if it's in
recovered,
there.
actually.
I lost the house that I grew up in and have every single memory I've ever made at that house. My parents lost their home that they lived in before I was even born. I also lost everything that I didn't think to pack in a backpack while I was leaving the house. Meaning I have no more filming equipment. I don't have my PC anymore. I don't have my ring light. I have basically nothing but my savings, and I can't even withdraw anything from that if I wanted to because I no longer have an ID. And I don't even know where to be.
You can. This guy must be a kid, okay? But you're good, okay? You can withdraw from your savings. You don't lose your ID and then suddenly you stop existing, right?
Again, to start replacing that stuff. But I have all these people that are just saying the most disgusting, horrible things about me right now. I really hope that y'all don't ever have anything like this happen to you, because if you do, you'll realize just how horrible it is to go through this and how evil the things that you've been saying about me and my family actually are.
See, he's better than me, okay? Because if people were wishing evil on me, I would wish it right back. I'd be like, you know what? I hope your house does burn down. I hope your pet dies in the fire. That you want to talk about me? I wish the worst for you. I'm done. I'm done playing nice. Y'all want to come at me? I'm gonna come back at you with the energy tenfold. Okay, I'm gonna start barking at you. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to bring a little humor to what is actually a pretty terrible situation.
I lost everything. My brother lost everything. My parents lost everything. And for everyone that's spreading the false narrative that I'm some millionaire, I was living with my parents. I'm not a millionaire, and I have never been a millionaire. And for everyone talking about the GoFundMe, none of that is going to me. All of that is going to my parents, and I'm giving them money from my saving, in addition to anything that y'all donate from the GoFundMe. What happened yesterday is the single worst thing that has ever happened in my entire life, and I would not wish any of it on anyone, even the people that are saying despicable things about me and my family right now.
I don't know why the lip sync was so off or whatever from the video. Every single thing was like that. But yeah, dang, man. The internet is wild. I cannot imagine coming out here and making a video talking about, guys, I'm distraught. I lost my home, right? And this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And the internet is like, you're a liar. You're a scammer. You're a thief. You're a millionaire. You're a rich boy. You're white. You know, you get all of these things. This guy is probably facing, right, just from existing and just and like, dang, why did I share my tragedy with the internet thinking I might get a little bit of sympathy or empathy when not even that, you just get jumped on. And it's not like he did anything, right? He didn't do anything to anyone. This only happened to him. And he was just telling the story of how a fire burned down his house and people were treating him like he's a murderer, like he hurt somebody else. That's what happened with Noah Glenn, Chelsea Carter, I don't know, but I hope that things work out for him. That really sucks. Okay, I'm not going to be the person to give him any kind of backlash. Okay, that's just a terrible event, and I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, except if somebody wished it upon me first. Then I will wish that joint right back, just like rubber band. Okay, just like Luffy. Bow. I wish evil. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Elon Musk is currently going to war with Disney. And there was some interview that happened that we will watch right now where people were well, poking fun at it, making memes and joking about how Elon Musk is just a soy boy. Just literally doesn't listen to what people says, just embarrassing things left and right. Okay, if you guys don't know, Disney is apparently pulling away from advertising on X/Twitter. I'm not calling it X, I'm just calling it Twitter or whatever, for whatever reasons. It might have to do with the fact that if you click a random tweet and then you scroll down for 2 seconds, then somebody's vagina will be thrusted upon your face. It might have something to do with that. I'm not sure. This whole Twitter system economy that Elon Musk has created, which I still feel like Twitter is a very, very important platform, okay? Despite all the hate and everything, when it comes to social interactions and information gathering and exchanging, it's one of the most important apps in the entire world. But I don't think this man actually handled the management of this app well at all. That's just my personal opinion. Anyway, apparently advertisers are pulling out, and if advertisers pull out, aka like Disney, then that's a lot less money in Twitter's pockets. And Elon Musk is saying if Disney does that, then they will be responsible for the downfall for Twitter. Not him. Not him. He's not taking accountability, dodging that. He's saying it's Disney's fault if for Twitter going down if they pull out. But first, let's check this clip out. It says Elon Musk's most hilarious and probably saddest moment in his recent interview, where he's talking to this guy named Andrew Ross Sorkin from the New York Times. Okay.
So I will certainly not pander. And Jonathan, like, the only reason I'm here is because you were a friend. Like, what was my speaking fee?
You're not making any. First of all, I'm Andrew, but
yeah, sorry,
it's okay. Second of all, we've known each other for a very long time.
He said, I'm only here because, you know, you're my friend. What was my speaking fee? Saying that he didn't charge at all to come here, but called him a different name. That's funny, but it seems like they might actually be pretty good friends, probably. Anyway, yeah, I found it. It's a full interview of an hour and 20 minutes where Elon Musk tells advertisers trying to boycott X, go F yourself. What I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. F him. Says he will not vote for Joe Biden in 2024. Says Tesla has done more to help, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, he just also released the Cybertrucks as well. He's out here, you know, being in the news again. I'm not watching this entire interview with you guys, but I'm curious to figure out where the highlights are.
Obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. that this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
So Elon Musk just told Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, to go F himself. All right. Okay. Anti-Semitism was not my intention, is what Musk was saying here.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
Why?
I understand that, but there's a reality too, right?
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, totally. So, actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
So he's saying that this boycott by Disney and any other advertisers, if y'all do it, and by the way, screw you, go after yourself, don't do it. He's saying don't do it, but if they do it, it's their fault, not his.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say,
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Okay.
He said, let's see how Earth responds. He said, look, kill company, kill Twitter. Let's see how Earth responds to this. Okay, now, I don't know if I can speak for the planet Earth, okay? But I have a feeling, right, that when this happens, if Twitter ever goes down, okay, I refuse to call it X, but if it ever goes down, I have a good feeling that the world is going to blame Elon Musk, okay? Because they've been blaming him for the downfall of Twitter for a long time. The entire valuation of this entire app has gone to shit since he's got into. I think they lost several $1 billion ever since he got in, okay? And this is Twitter, okay? In my opinion, one of the most important apps in the entire world, and somehow you managed to come over, take over, and just lose money and valuation nonstop. There's no way that you can take over one of the most successful apps in the world and just drive it to the ground as bad as Elon Musk has done. But hey, maybe this is part of the grand scheme. Maybe it's got to go all the way back down for it to go all the way back up. I don't know. Maybe the ingenuity of Elon Musk is somewhere and he's just too big brain for me to understand. Speaking of Elon Musk and the Cybertruck, they're out. They're going out to the public in the wild. This freaking car that looks like a freaking 007 car from GoldenEye from like the Nintendo 64. It said, man, I love this game so much, I'm going to create an exact replica of like those old school freaking cars that have no shape graphics or no curves because, animations were bad, and I want to bring it to life, okay? It's here. Apparently, there's 3 different versions. The most expensive one, the Cybertruck, I think, costing about $100,000.
We're building a web-style camper for the Cybertruck.
A web-style camper?
Your space camper drops onto the bed of your truck and attaches quickly with just a few clamps. It's meant to travel with you on the day-to-day, providing utility with minimal effect on your truck's range. Double your secure storage space with full access to your truck bed and no modifications to your Cybertruck required. We're utilizing the Cybertruck's onboard air compressor to open your camper with the flip of a switch.
I'm not going to lie. It feels like the future. It feels like someone's trying to generally create the future. The stuff that we see in the shows, I feel like we've lived for so long that there needs to be a point where we go forward, right? And we start hovering, we start flying in the Jetsons world, right? This feels like an attempt to get to that point.
Built-in storage compartments can be accessorized with a drop-in sink, induction cooktop, and everything else you'll need for a full camp kitchen.
What?
You can move your whole kitchen outside with the addition of our back rack trailer hitch accessory. When closed, it provides an aerodynamic place to mount your gear and detaches when you don't need it.
Basically, you can live in this thing. You buy yourself a Cybertruck. Hey, for those of you at home who don't have a, I'm not going to say nothing about Noah Glenn, okay? But look, you can buy yourself a Cybertruck. Don't buy a house in this stupid, crazy inflation. It seems like you can just live in there, bro. That's insane. Anyway, the person that I'm most interested in terms of reviewing the freaking Cybertruck is Marquise Brownlee, okay? MKBHD. He's somebody that I've been watching and following for a while. One of the main guys and the tech guys that I just watch when it comes to, you know, MacBooks and Apple events and technology. And he has himself a Cybertruck that he drove here. It says Tesla Cybertruck is notably the first time that the Tesla straight up not delivering on some of the key specs they promised. One of the reasons why I like Marquise Brownlee, by the way, is that he doesn't seem like somebody who can be bought out, okay? Apple will invite him to invent, give him like stuff, gadgets, stuff for free, whatever, money. Like, hey, here you go, have it. And he'll be like, thank you. This is garbage, and here's why. He holds no kind of allegiances from what I've seen so far to anybody but himself and the truth, and you gotta respect that. Promised specs was a 500+ mile range for $70,000, but what they actually delivered on was 340 mile range for $100,000. Tesla and the others have taken the stance that the thousands of pounds of extra battery required to deliver 500 miles of range with today's battery technology is not worth the hit to driving dynamics. At this point, I can't be surprised if the Roadster 2.0 has nowhere near 600 miles of range either. So yeah, there's 3 different versions of the Cybertruck from what I understand. In terms of the cost, it reads here, the Cybertruck starts at $60,000 for the rear view drive model, which won't be available until 2025. The all-wheel drive version, sporting 600 horsepower, will offer a 340 mile range, blah, blah, blah. That'll be $80,000. And then the vehicle's highest end model is priced at $100,000 and will offer 845 horsepower with a 320 mile range from one full charge. Those are the 3 models of the Cybertruck that you guys can pick up and won't come until 2025.
All right, so the Tesla Cybertruck has been kind of an enigma. It was revealed 4 years ago, almost to the day. And ever since then, it was kind of quiet, but then we slowly started seeing them rolling around like California a little bit, and then a couple in Texas. And these are like prototypey Cybertrucks, and they were testing. Turns out one of them was me.
Can you imagine you driving down the side of the road, someone's driving a Cybertruck, they roll down the window, and you got freaking Marquise Brownlee looking at you? Freaking side eye you like, bro, you're not supposed to see this, dog. Pulls out a gun.
All right, first things first. Okay. Let's get to the specs. Everyone wants to know the official numbers, everything on paper. And it's funny because we'll get to this in a second, but some things have actually changed from the show truck that showed up on stage, including the overall dimensions. I'll get to that. But the stuff that you probably care about is the basics like price, range, speed, right? So there are going to be 3 configurations of the Cybertruck. Okay, this one that we're looking at here, which you can't tell by looking at it, but this is the triple motor version. It's not quite the same as the Plaid powertrain, but it is 2 in the rear, 1 in the front, and it's going to be able to do 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, an 11-second quarter mile. It's got about 845 horsepower. It has torque vectoring at the rear, and it's absurd. They call it the Beast. It's a pretty ridiculous set of specs. I think that.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here. If you guys want to watch the rest of the video, this is on his Twitter. It's like a 6-minute video where it goes over it. But I just want to say, I just need to go back just a little bit, okay? To this point right here, I cannot imagine a freaking truck this big going that fast, right? 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds, and you are a huge, heavy Cybertruck like that. That sounds like a freaking fast tank, bro. That sounds like some broken specs. I don't know about this, bro, man. All I know, so if I see a Tesla on the road, I'm running. I'm gonna go to the other side because this man can just hit anybody and probably survive. That's what it is. Okay, so what's going on with Young Thug's trial electrician has said. So Young Thug, I don't know a lot about the guy. Okay, to be completely frank, I don't know a lot about who he is. All I know is he's on trial for something. And I don't know what that something is. So we're going to do just a small deep dive. I'll keep a kind of short, but the first clip that I see that made me kind of interested was here saying, no way she just made a Bleach reference in the Young Thug trial. Okay, we're gonna start from the middle, go to the beginning, and then get to the end, because it sounds like he's on trial for something. But first, what is this Bleach quote? Okay,
indictment. This reminds me of this anime named Bleach, where it's 16 seasons. Every episode is about 18, 20 episodes.
Okay, I'm sorry for the audio. I've been looking everywhere. They all play this weird thing on the right ear, okay? So just bear with it, all right? But why is she talking about Bleach? Freaking weeb. Yo, weeb. Why are you out here on court? This Bleach episode?
Every season is 18 to 20 episodes. And they have season 4 and 5. They have these bouts. They're villains of the whole thing. In season 4 and season 5. The main characters are trying to get them out of Soul Society. You go to season 6, you don't hear about the bounce. You go to season 7, you don't hear about the bounce. Why don't you hear about these important characters? Because they're filler characters. It's a filler season.
Oh my, who is she? She better not be my lawyer. I don't know who this is, but she better not be my lawyer. Up here being a freaking weeb on court, that's it. You've lost the case. Okay, if this is my lawyer, I've lost. Are you over here trying to tell people, explain to the normies what fillers are, about filler characters and why you don't hear? No siree, Bob. Okay. I gotta find what this is in reference to. Now I need to know. I had to go into the comments, bro. Everyone is cracking up. Yo, I said, it's so over for bro. He said, damn, my nigga gonna get quadruple life. Yeah, it's over for Young Thug. Had to use the worst arc in Bleach too. There's no way. Please, God, please, for the love of God, please tell me that she was not the lawyer. Okay? Please. That's what I'm praying for right now. Let's look into this Young Thug trial together, guys. First, let's cover who Young Thug is and why he's on trial, okay? I remember this. He had gotten put back for RICO charges. The trial's finally started. What you need to know from YSL to lyrics, okay? Rapper Young Thug will finally stand before an Atlanta jury on Monday. That was last Monday, okay? Or it's only a couple of this week. Launching a long-awaited trial that will determine whether he was a key figure of crime with Street Gang, Young Slime Life, or YSL. The 32-year-old rap star, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is an Atlanta native who began his hip-hop career in 2010. Known for his best hits, Best Friend, and Floyd Mayweather, Young Thug helped elevate the Atlanta rap scene as he collected Grammy nominations and MTV Music Awards, and yeah. But it came to a screeching halt in May 22 when he was arrested on charges of participating in gang activity and violating Georgia's criminal racketeering law as part of YSL. More than a year later, the trial for the long, castrating RICO case, which has weighed the validity of song lyrics in prosecution, is finally underway. They are taking my man's song lyrics as testimony. This is whole joke. I think it came from the Boondocks where freaking rappers will snitch on themselves and their own lyrics. And now we are actually seeing this in real time 2023 where the lyrics of your case is being used against you. Okay? You said like, I came here, I shot everybody up, bang, 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 7 times in the wall. And then people go and check out the murder scene. There's actually 7 shots in the wall and it looks like you killed everyone. Just snitched on yourself. Anyway, before we get to the fun part, okay, the clips, it said in a sweeping 56-count indictment filed on May 9th, 2022, Georgia officials accused the rapper of being, wait, 56 counts? Oh, he's gone. Being a founding member of a criminal gang, YSL. The criminal gang shares an acronym with rappers Young, Stoner Life label. Williams is one of the 28 people, including rappers Gunna and Unfunk, allegedly associated with YSL. If Young Thug is convicted under the RICO Act, he could face a maximum of 120-year sentence. The New York Times reported Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who is overseeing former President Trump's election fraud case in Georgia, is prosecuting the high-profile RICO case. So here's another clip, okay? Dog, the defense in Young Thug trial is cooking the state witness for lying, saying he saw gang signs being thrown at him. The prosecutor is pissed.
Yes. What you do when you're conducting an investigation affects people's lives, right?
Yes.
You arrest people and take their freedom and take them into custody, true?
Yes.
And you are charged with writing reports that reflect the truth so that someone down the road, maybe a prosecutor, can rely on that information and know if to or how to prosecute someone, right? Yes. That is extremely important. Would you agree with me? Yes. All right. And so when you write your report, and when you were writing reports back in 2013, those things were just as important then as they are today in this courtroom, right? Yes. Okay. And so you weren't a rookie officer back in 2013. You had been on the force for some 7 years? Yes. Okay. And so before coming in here to testify, whether it's today, I don't know, yesterday, last week, whenever, did you have an opportunity to sit down with the prosecutors and talk to them about your testimony and your recollection of the events of 2013? Did you do that? Yes. Okay, right. And you still came in here today, and you came in here today, right?
This man's for an entire minute. Fucking lawyers, dude. Basically, in the minute, trying to establish, number one, this guy is pretty much a veteran. He was not a noob. Number two, basically explaining what his job is and be like, yes, this is my job. This is what I do. But apparently he must have sat with, I guess, this dude at one point in time to talk about the interaction, which we're getting to. He just played it up for an entire minute to lead to that string of events, dog. So, okay. It's always funny watching lawyers actually do lawyer stuff like in real life, because like I'm used to seeing like Phoenix Wright, Better Call Saul, you know, like that, like the television lawyers come up here, present their cases, and it's much more cleaner. You see it in real life, bro. It feels like just regular ass people just talking, just having an argument, you know. It don't seem just, you know, I don't know, clean whatsoever.
And this is the first time, right, that you're mentioning anything about gang signs that you saw when you were brought in here to testify in this, quote, gang case, right? Yes. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, what was the gang sign?
Hold on. What's the basis for your objection?
Well, with respect to...
What's the basis of your objection?
Form, first time.
I'm going to overrule the objection.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Evans.
Wait a minute. I need to watch these cases. That is hilarious. She said, objection, Your Honor. What's the basis? She was like, okay, overruled. Shut up. Okay, it's so sloppy that it makes me think like this seems entertaining. I would watch this with you guys on the stream. We would be cracking up.
What was the gang sign you saw being thrown up that day?
No idea.
No idea?
None.
Okay. You know what's gang sign, right? Yes. Okay. You said something.
Put on the glasses.
I wanted to touch on real quick. You said that you will quote your words now, mentally incorporating the gang sign in describing the person as being the most aggressive. Is that what you said? I did. Mentally incorporating it. But you don't know what gang sign we're talking about?
No, sir.
All right. That's all I got.
All right.
What? He spent 2 minutes and 15 seconds to try to disprove the fact that this man threw up a gang sign? Like, I don't know what gang sign is too, but if I see somebody come up here and if I see their fingers go like this, right? And they not attacking me, right? This ain't some type of secret kung fu move, and they doing this, I know it's a gang sign. I don't know which gang sign it is, but like, if I see it, I know it's something going on here. I know it's a gang sign. That's what I would say, at least. I don't know. That felt like a complete waste of 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I'll play one more clip just out of curiosity, okay? This one is only like 50 seconds, but it was something that was also trending as well.
As it relates to a musical artist's words, is there any crime in saying words?
No.
There are certainly potentially crimes in spoken words.
All right. Now, I'm not talking about crimes being described in words. I'm speaking of, is it a crime to speak the words?
As a generality, no. Outside of...
Your Honor, that was the answer to the question. And...
So it's non-responsive, is that what you're saying? Okay, I sustain this as non-responsive.
Have you ever sought to arrest anyone for speaking words? In a song?
No, ma'am.
I can't, bro. I can't. I know that these people who have degrees, okay, I know there's line of reasoning and thoughts. I know this is all out of context. It's just, when I see it in actual real life, dog, when the whole lawyer stuff occurs, it just looks so bad. It looks so amateurish, bro. Like, I feel like they need to be doing it. As an accountant, I'm a professional, all right? Lawyers are like the brothers and sisters of accountants, because we both have to undergo grueling training, like certified public accounting, to do these things, and then we get picked up by these corporations. It sucks being both. So when I see them doing their thing, I'm like, this is what y'all got a degree for? Because this joint looks whack. But I'm just talking smack, okay? That's YSL. That's the Young Thug Court. I'll let you guys know if there's anything that big happens in between. I couldn't find out who that girl was who did the bleach quote or whatever. She was cooking, bro. She was cooking. She was calling people fillers. I'll let you guys know as it goes down if anything happens. And if there is a verdict, I'll let you guys know what is going to be the fate of Young Thug. But all right, guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you made it to the end, drop a like, okay? Don't forget, I will fight you, okay? And subscribe if you guys enjoying the series. I'll catch you guys Monday. I'll probably be streaming sometime this weekend on twitch.tv/InfernoOmni. Maybe going over some of the other stuff that I could not get into, and also playing a few games as well and chilling. Come hang out with me, all right? I love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. And yeah, man, I'm hoping that we all make it to the end of 2023, coming into 2024. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of wild things happening this month. I just know it. You know, it all comes down at the end of the month. So get ready, because it's going to be a wild ride. I'll see you guys on Monday. Y'all take it easy, okay? I love y'all. Peace.